presentation I just heard, I was thinking of one thing kind of throughout that entire presentation. I got to follow this guy? Well, the second thing was I've got to ask for more money as well. That was the second thing. And I would give anything right now if I had a clicker. That would be really good. Is there a clicker somewhere? Is this it? Let's see. What? Oh, I do have it. Okay, great. I'm looking here, I'm saying nothing's happening. So I'm only going to take a few minutes of your time to talk about some of the research we've been doing this year on junior golf, which we're going to be releasing next year. And it occurred to us as we were planning our 2017 research that we actually know very little about junior golf. It's never really been studied. 50-some million kids, and we don't really know how many of them we've reached. How many kids have been exposed to golf and in what ways? What impression did we leave on these kids? And how about children that haven't been exposed to junior golf? How do they feel about the game? And how do their parents feel about the game? All of the millions of dollars that have been invested, and we really couldn't answer some pretty fundamental questions. So we set out to tackle this. We couldn't have done it without the help of the First Tee, the USGA, and American Junior Golf Association, which provided some of the funding necessary to do the work that we're doing. And we're anxious to share this with you next year, but I've got a few pieces that I think you'll like to hear about this year, or right now. Let's start by defining junior golf. We know it's playing golf on a golf course. We know that it's maybe participating in the PGA junior golf leagues, or even competing at the highest level in competitive junior events. But if we only thought about junior golf in that way, we'd say, wait a minute, what have we accomplished in the last 25 years or so? We've got about the same number of junior golfers today as we did 25 years ago, despite the fact that we had a big increase when Tiger came on the scene. But you know, junior golf is more than this. When basketball counts participation, this counts. Kids playing a game out in the backyard. This counts for baseball. A dad playing with his kids, or a pickup game in a sandlot. It counts as baseball participation. And this counts as football. But not in golf. The way we count participation in golf is if you played golf on a golf course at least once in the last 12 months. Somebody back in 1984 came up with that definition and put that on the golf business. Unfortunately, every morning when I shave, I got to look at that guy. Well, I figured if I could do it then, if I could define it then, I could redefine it today. So this year we started counting off-course participation as well as on-course participation. So now, if a child or an adult plays golf or participates at a driving range, it counts. Or if someone goes to a Topgolf, you may have heard about this little phenomenon that's taking off like a rocket. 33 facilities now, 13 more under construction. And there are, by the way, several copycats that are coming out right behind it. So you're going to see much more of this kind of golf facility and people participating in golf. Playing snag, that counts. Indoor simulators, we're counting that. Golf in schools, that counts as golf participation. So if we consider on course, which you're looking at, and off course, how many more people, or how many more kids in this case, I'm just going to talk about children, are participating in golf? So many that it won't fit on this chart. It more than doubles to 5.5 million total. So 2.6 million plus that 2.9 5.5 million were exposed to golf last year, either on course or off course. Now, in case you think I'm just trying to pad the numbers so that we can feel better about ourselves and how many kids are exposed to golf or participating in golf, I want to talk to you about the impact of exposure to golf. Now, we all know that golf is a great game, and it exposes kids to the fun that it can be, and the challenge that it can be, etc. But as everyone in this room really knows better than anyone, golf is also a great vehicle to be able to teach children some really core values that are important in their lives. And I want to tell you that in addition to those core values that you're all teaching, you're also making a lasting impression on the children that are going through your programs, on or off course participation. I'm going to show you, this is one of our early findings. You're looking at a chart that shows how children who have not been exposed, no exposure, you see in the top left, have not been exposed to golf at all, how they perceive golf. We asked them if golf was fun, agree or disagree on a 5-point scale. So let's see. They don't think it's fun. They don't think it's popular. They do think it's difficult. They don't want to participate. It's not cool. And they don't follow it on social media. So that's pretty good. We got that going for us, right? Well, how about if we give kids visual exposure? Maybe get them to go to a golf tournament, watch golf on television, even play a golf video game. They could play, say, Rory McIlroy, PGA Tour. Look at the way that their perceptions go up. Not much, actually. Not much to brag about here. But what if we got a child out on a golf course? I bet you can all guess that there's going to be a bigger improvement in how they perceive the game. And you'd be right in thinking that. This is not exactly, there we go. I've got to point it down here. Look at the difference now where golf goes. In fact, the desire to participate and the perception of fun, those are the two that are the most striking here. That they perceive it to be fun and they want to participate. There's a little bit of a correlation there between those two things, right? If you think it's fun, you want to participate. This is on course, green grass participation. Well, how about off course? We expose children and give them an exposure and an experience in golf, let's say in the schools, like part of the first tee, golf in schools program. Look at how impactful off-course participation is. Almost as impactful as on-course participation. In fact, I'll isolate it so you can just see the difference. There's very little. Now, why is this important? It's important because most children are going to go away from golf. They're going to leave. Most. Not many, most. But who's going to come back in their 20s and 30s when most people play golf? Most people take up golf again. Those people who were left with a positive experience. The work you're doing in the first tee and in the Golf in Schools program is the most important work being done in golf, in my opinion, for the long-term vitality of golf. So experiences like this, and yes, experiences like this are fantastic ways that we can create positive impressions and teach these core values. But there's something even more exciting in our research that we found, I think, that I'll share with you as a final thought. I was there 20 years ago when the first tee was started in New York City on a cold, I think it was a November day, maybe October. And before that, the demographics of golf in America were something like this. In the mid-1990s, 1 out of 17 junior golfers was non-Caucasian, 1 out of 17 before the first tee. Today, 1 out of 4 junior golfers are non-Caucasian. Before the first tee, 1 out of 6 kids who participated in junior golf were female. That has doubled to 1 out of 3 kids today who are participated or been exposed in golf on course and on combined are female. The impacts of this and of this program, the first tee, just can't be understated. Obviously, demographics of America are in our favor as well, but you are providing a tremendous boost and helping to change the face of golf in America. The long-term effects of this just can't be understated. I couldn't be more appreciative. Please keep up this work. Thank you.